Jim Brown, famous NFL player, was on CNN this morning because he had just met with Donald J. Trump. And Brooke Baldwin of CNN thought she could get a little bit of bashing Trump this morning.
What brought you to Trump Tower? This guy?
Well, I'll tell you, the President of the United States brought me. My president. You know, he won it fair and square. He's going to be our man for the next 4 years at least, probably 8. And he's amenable to listening to people who did not vote for him.
He listened to you. You told me in commercial break that you all were in there for a long time.
Yes.
What did you talk about and what did you ask of him?
We talked about making America a better country. We talked about the poor people. We talked about African American people. We talked about education, getting rid of violence, dealing with economic development realistically, and how to work together.
You know, people listening to these NFL greats and the pastor being in this room, I mean, that's a stellar, lineup of men. But when you're thinking about those who voted for Mr. Trump and the working class and middle America, and certainly you have fought on behalf of a lot of those people for your lifetime, but speak to those people in this country who feel like they're not being listened to and they're not being represented.
Well, you almost have the wrong guy. You almost have the wrong guy. See, I look like a bourgeoisie and middle class, but I've been out there for many, many years in the ghettos across this country. The American program concentrates on being in the community, developing leadership in that community, teaching life skills to those individuals, and teach them how to deal with responsibility of self-determination and how to gain success over working hard and working intelligently. So we're not bourgeoisie, we're not above the people, we are a part of the people. And I can't speak for the pastor,
Sure.
but I fell in love with him because he really talks about helping African Americans, black people, and that's why I'm here.
You fell in love with Donald Trump today.
Well, it isn't really about just Donald Trump. It's about him and the position he occupies. That position is considered the most important person in the world. The most powerful person in the world is supposed to be our president. When he goes through what he went through to become the president, he got my admiration because no one gave him a chance. You know, they called him names. People that called him names when he won, he reached back and brought them along with him. He held no grudges. So who am I to say that I played quarterback when I only played running back? I don't know everything, and I don't try to address everything. We can bring something to him to help the people of this country. Is that a speech?
No, I appreciate you coming through.
As you can see, Jim Brown had nothing but good things to say about Donald J. Trump. And it goes against CNN's very narrative of bashing Trump, because that's what they like to do. Now, one of the things that was in the media that did not get that much of attention, that should get a lot of attention, is the clip from Morning Joe.
Listen,
all this other
when
stuff.
I was concerned the campaign was not understanding that perhaps there was an arrogance. They needed to sort of get up their high horse and understand that this isn't over. I'll just say it. NBC got a call from the campaign. Like I had done something that was journalistically inappropriate or something and needed to be pulled off the air. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
That's just... That's
Well,
shooting the wrong messenger.
By the way, Mika, there were also people surrounding the campaign that tried to tell the campaign it was in trouble. Those people were shut out.
And here we are.
And here we are.
And they basically threatened to pull her off the air just for stating her opinions. Now, that is very dangerous. Corporate elitist establishment calling the media establishment and saying, hey, you work for us. How dare you say anything negative about our candidate? Let's threaten to pull her off the air. Why isn't this front page news that a news anchor on MSNBC, LBGTQ, they pretty much getting threatened to have her pulled off the air, and it just falls to the wayside. No big deal. So what? And now the famous clip of Kanye West visiting Donald J. Trump.
Just friends, and he's a good man. Doing well. Long time. We've been friends for a long time. Life. We discussed it.
Running in 2020, do you think that's something you still want to do in life as needed? Kanye, are you considering performing at the inauguration? Kanye, no comment about your meeting with the president-elect. This is the president-elect of the United States. Nothing to say?
I just want to take a picture right now.
Do you wish you voted for him, Kanye?
So long, man. You take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. All right?
Now, in Kanye's visit, Kanye had nothing bad to say. They've known each other for a long time, and Kanye even said that had he voted, he would have voted for Trump. Now, you see all these so-called black people, these black leaders meeting with Trump, and it doesn't fit the CNN narrative that Trump is a racist, and all these black people who actually know him hate him. They don't. They see him as a guy that truly wants to make America great again. None of them have come out of the meetings and said, oh, you know what, this is a waste of time. Oh, God, Donald Trump's a lost cause. Oh, the meeting did not go great. I wasted my time coming down here. But everybody wants to meet with him because everybody wants to have a part in making America great again. The liberal mainstream news media is definitely biased. You can see it as plain as day as they continue to bash Trump 24/7, not even giving him a fair shot at anything. They are overly critical of everything. That's because George Soros and Hillary are desperate. They are desperate, and they're even planning an overthrow of the electoral votes that's supposed to be cast. They want to interrupt that. They want to overturn the election. We're going to wait. We're going to hang back and we're going to see, but we need to be prepared for that because it is astounding that Hillary and the globalist machine is trying to overthrow our democratic election. Until this day, they blame everything on Russia. Russia has nothing to do with the hacks. And hacking and leaking are two different things. Remember that, but we have to be prepared.